And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Fire danger forecast for Sunday, looking pretty blue across the entire state of Alaska here. And so a fire danger free weekend looks like we're going to end up with. So just going on to satellite imagery, you can see upper level low pressure area moving eastward here, centered near the Fairbanks area in the Tanana Valley, and the front angling back out and across and into northwest Canada there, pushing across the southeast coast with a weak trough coming in with some showers today over the Panhandle and areas of rain there. Areas of rain, Copper River Basin, and over much of the eastern interior areas, all the way up into the Brooks Range and the central and eastern Arctic coast, seeing precipitation fall in the form of snow there from Manitoulin Pass, and areas of rain and snow reported at on the locations, the observation points on the eastern Arctic coast there, with maybe up to half an inch falling in Manitoulin earlier today, but temperatures rising in the upper 30s this afternoon, probably melting that back. Anyway, some clouds and moisture coming across Kodiak Island, kind of a weakening system here, bringing a little bit of light rain and clouds into the southwest interior areas, but sunshine broke out over south central Alaska into Prince William Sound today for a pretty nice afternoon, and more rain with the next system here. A lot of clouds out to the west here coming eastward, actually development right back out here toward Shimia, something of a warm front in through here. All this moisture moving eastward will push into the southwest coast later tonight and across southern Alaska tomorrow. Anyway, here's this washing out system bringing a little bit of light precipitation, dense fog at times over the Pribilof Islands, quarter-mile visibilities earlier today, and some light rain into the Alaska Peninsular, scattered showers, sunshine, Kenai Peninsula, Cook Inlet into Prince William Sound, into the Mananuska-Susitna Valley. Rain the entire day over the central and eastern part of the state, all the way into the Yukon, with rain and snow, actually snow in the Brooks Range there. Around Manitoulin Pass, mixture off to the east there, and a mixture along the Arctic coast at times today, depending at which location you look at, but drier back out to the west. Northern Bering Sea dry. Next system out here pushing rain into the central Aleutians. And then trough here, keeping it showery over the southeast coast with mostly cloudy skies. And for tonight, stays dry and variably cloudy to mostly clear over south central Alaska, with variable clouds back toward the Seward Peninsula. Rain starts to let up over the Tanana Valley, but from about the White Mountains up across the Yukon Flats, periods of rain tonight with that slowly weakening low there. And it looks like periods of rain or rain and snow mix will continue from the Brooks Range out to the eastern Arctic coast. Stays dry back to the west. This system pushes rain right into the southwest coast later tonight and toward morning, pushing across Bristol Bay, but staying west of about King Salmon there. Chance of rain Dillingham late tonight. Periods of rain likely for Bethel later tonight after midnight, with rain and fog for the Alaska Peninsula back to the eastern Aleutians here. Scattered showers to the Panhandle, and then some moisture associated with this low pressure area in the Queen Charlotte's kind of slips northward there, keeping the best chance of shower activity over the eastern part or over toward the border of the Panhandle, down in toward Misty Fjords. Isolated showers out near the coast, break right off the coast. This front spreads rain into Cook Inlet and the Kenai Peninsula during the latter part of the afternoon, kind of moving northeastward, catching northern Cook Inlet late tomorrow afternoon and early evening. Otherwise, a little bit of a breakthrough here, but still some scattered shower activity over the mountainous terrain of the Copper River Basin. And still wet over the eastern interior, northeast part of the state, but drying out over the eastern Arctic coast with a few sunbreaks here over the Noatak Valley, Seward Peninsula, down into the mid-Yukon River area, but a lot of mid and high-level clouds will be moving in advance of the rain shield here with that front over the Yukon Delta. Showers, gusty west winds over the Pribilof Islands, but dry with maybe some clearing areas of the Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula. And then this low kicks inland here on Monday, bringing another round of wet conditions. Pretty gusty northwest winds, 25 to 30 knots here, coming into the eastern Bering Sea and along the southwest coast of the Alaska Peninsula, as well as Bristol Bay with a good shot of rain again. stays wet across much of, actually all of interior Alaska south of the Brooks Range, and maybe a dry day for the southeast coast with just an isolated shower, but maybe a better chance of seeing some sun. And then for the lows tonight, lower to mid 30s for the Arctic coast and North Slope, into the 40s here in the interior areas, with 50s for the Panhandle, mid 40s for the Aleutians. Highs tomorrow in the 60s, coming up from what you saw today here, but still staying below 70 most areas, maybe 65 at Eagle, possibly 68 Northway and Tok, back into the upper 60s in the Copper River Basin, 60 to 65 south central Alaska, as well as the southeast coast, and recovering up here with the North Slope and Arctic coast. Temperatures most areas coming back into the 40s, 50s out over the Bering Sea and the Aleutians. Lows on Monday morning, 35 to 40 or 30 to 40 for the North Slope and Arctic coast, 40s to lower 50s interior Alaska, all the way down to the North Gulf Coast and Kodiak Island, mid 50s for the Panhandle, 40s out over the Bering Sea. Highs on Monday, 60 to 65, eastern part of the state there, with temperatures mostly in the 50s elsewhere, all the way down to maybe 60 around Homer, 61 possible for Anchorage and Kodiak, with highs in the 60s there, indicating some drier conditions, maybe a little bit of sunshine for the southeast coast.